Good Tuesday morning. Today is a first alert weather day because of snow we'll have up in the Cascades and also very strong wind gusts. You're already seeing the trees blowing in the wind and the camera shaking here in Kennewick. This view coming courtesy of Yakima Federal. We're going to get to the wind gust in just a second, but first I want to touch on temperatures as we're in the 40s in the Kittitas and Yakima Valleys, near 50 in the lower Columbia Basin, also near 50 in the Blue Foothills, and of course colder up in the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains and the Cascades. But in part, the reason why lower elevations are a bit warmer is, well, this warmer air mass and also winds downsloping off of the higher terrain into lower elevations, and they're gusting upwards of 25 to 30 miles per hour right now in the lower Columbia Basin. We're seeing some tangible wind gusts up in the valleys as well, but the strongest wind gusts being up in the Cascades, gusting upwards of 45 miles per hour right now for Sadish Pass and White Pass. Also shout out to Oregon 204 where the wind gusts are the same. So today is a first alert weather day until 4 p.m. in the Cascades. Peak wind gusts could be between 55 to 70 miles per hour. Also, we're tracking snow in the Cascades, and we also have a first alert weather day until 4 p.m. for the Cascades because of the snowfall, 7 to 11 inches for I-90, US 2 and US 12. And I'll show you what some of those passes already look like for this morning coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, a deadly shooting from 2 nights ago has now been linked to another deadly shooting from a month ago. We have the details on how investigators link them together.
Plus, new cameras could be the new way to catch drivers speeding in construction zones. We have a look at the new program that's being launched by WSP and WashDOT.
Also ahead, federal layoffs have left hundreds here in Washington without jobs, but a new Senate bill could help workers get back on track with a new job. We have that story on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Jade Elliott. It is Tuesday, February 25th, and we want to start you off with some top stories. A follow-up out of Sunnyside this morning. A fatal shooting that just happened Sunday night has now been linked to the fatal shooting of an 18-year-old woman that happened last month.
Now, according to information released by the Sunnyside Police Department, 18-year-old Angel Placencia Gutierrez died after being shot at the 1300 block of South 13th Street. Authorities say Placencia Gutierrez can be seen on video talking with two people, and then they pulled out guns and started shooting at one another. Placencia Gutierrez died at the scene, and the other two people ran away, and at last check, they have not been caught.
Yet Placencia Gutierrez was out on bail after being arrested in the killing of 18-year-old Isabel Rodriguez of Sunnyside, and according to court documents, he had been charged with possession of a stolen firearm and also unlawful possession of a firearm. Now, Rodriguez was shot and killed while in her car at the intersection of North Avenue and McLean Alley. Authorities say witnesses identified Placencia Gutierrez as one of the people involved, and he was arrested after a manhunt later that night, along with 18-year-old Andre Carrion of Mabton. Now, Placencia Gutierrez posted a $5,000 bail and was released. What led up to both of these shootings, though, is still under investigation.
And now to an update on another case. A man who was shot by a Milton Freewater police officer back in September of last year has been sentenced to prison. Daniel Soto Madrigal has been sentenced to just under 5 years for assaulting a police officer, resisting arrest, and also for an outstanding felony warrant. On September 24th of last year, Soto Madrigal was shot while resisting arrest in the parking lot of the Gib Allinger Elementary School. He was able to recover, and the officer who was injured during the assault also recovered.
Washington State Department of Transportation launching the new Work Zone speed camera program this year. It comes after seeing a peak in crashes near construction zones due to speeding. Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma reports where this new program will launch, how it will help everyone, including construction workers.
The way this program will work, WashDOT says they will be partnering up with Washington State Patrol and having speed cameras at active WashDOT construction sites.
We need to make sure that people are aware that these occur in active work zones. They're not going to sit in a work zone and take images of or take pictures of vehicles as they go through, as there's no work there. Workers have to be present. That's the main thing for this.
Kyle Miller, program manager, says drivers will be able to see their speed before getting to the speed camera.
They see a radar feedback trailer if appropriate. We're planning on trying to put those out there in front of the camera itself so the vehicles know how fast they're going as they enter into the work zone.
Miller says once a driver goes by the speed camera and continues to speed, that's when Washington State Patrol comes in the picture.
But as they go through the work zone, if someone is speeding, image of their vehicle will be taken. And it does work we're working with the State Patrol. For the first kind of infraction, you'll get a $0 infraction, and this actual infraction, the State Patrol will review the information and review the images to make sure that yes, indeed, this vehicle was going above the speed.
Miller says the program is geared to slow down traffic near active construction to help improve everyone's safety.
We just want people to slow down in our work zones and just make it safer for everybody that's going through them and who is working within them. We want everybody to come home every night within our work zones.
Miller says after their first warning, drivers caught speeding could then see about a $250 penalty in their mailbox. Monique Ledesma for Apple Valley News Now.
Now, WashDOT says that the first camera will be rolled out in Olympia, and then they'll work their way out statewide. 6:06, take a look at your business headlines this morning. Jo-Ann Fabrics is now closing all of its stores across the country, despite earlier reports saying it would only be closing about half. Now, these closures follow the company's auction sale to a new ownership group. The chain filed for bankruptcy twice during the last year. The closure ends a run of more than 80 years in business. Going out of business sales will be held at all Jo-Ann stores, and the chain will no longer be accepting returns, and gift cards will only be valid through Friday.
Now, the Hanford Tank Waste Operations and Closure, which is also known as H2C, has officially taken over a new contract at the Hanford site. That's the Integrated Tank Disposition Contract, and this comes after a 4-month transition and being awarded the contract about a year ago. H2C's mission is to reduce environmental risks while also accelerating the tank waste disposition process. And they offer jobs to almost all of their workers from the old contract, and most accepted. In the first year of the contract is valued at more than $300 million, and they'll offer 18% of the first year's value to small businesses. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, the Associated Press had requested a temporary lift on the ban the Trump administration put on them earlier this month, and this after the AP continued to use Gulf of Mexico instead of Gulf of America. Now a judge has made a decision, and we have what that decision is coming up in your national news.
And giving you that live look outside this morning from our friends at Legend Casino Hotel, giving you a look from Columbia Point in Richland. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will be back with your first alert forecast, talking about just how windy it's going to be today. We're back after the break.
Tuesdays are my favorite day of the week because the single Papa Burger combos are just $5.99. And I wait all week for this.
And so do I.
And that's why I always get two.
The Tuesday special at A&W.
Hit by a big truck in bad weather? There's a law that says truck drivers have a legal duty to use extreme caution when driving in hazardous conditions. Knowing these laws sets my truck wreck team apart. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter. Big truck insurance companies know that we have the knowledge and experience to get you paid everything you deserve. Hit by a big truck, our team knows truck wrecks and how to win for you. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some, gimme Some Bagels. Get ready to feast at Legends Casino Hotel's ultimate all-you-can-eat seafood buffet. Dive into fresh Dungeness crab, wild Columbia River salmon, juicy prime rib, and much more. Taste it all every Thursday and Saturday starting at 4 p.m.
A new year and a new adventure with the perfect Chevy to take you anywhere. With pure power unleashed and future-forward technology. Because every mile matters, and every path leads to new possibilities. Get $3,250 total cash allowance on this Silverado. Plus, current Chevy owners get an additional $2,500 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your community Chevy dealers.
Throw away your distance and reading glasses. Join Doctors Kopstein and King for a free live webinar this Thursday at noon and find out if RLE is right for you. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
It's hump day, and you know what that means. Hello, Country Fried Steak. Get a delicious meal for just $5.99 and make your Wednesday feel like the weekend. Yes, Wednesdays only, Country Fried Steak is just $5.99. Happy hump day from KFC.
The 3-Degree Guarantee, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is a first alert weather day. We have wind advisories and high wind warnings galore. You can read more about these by downloading the Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather app, which you can get for free on the App Store and on Google Play. Then we have a winter storm warning on the west side of the Cascades and a winter weather advisory on the eastern slopes of the Cascades. You can also read more about these by doing the same thing, downloading the First Alert Weather app. On to past conditions now. U.S. Highway 2 at Stevens Pass. There's packed snow. You do need chains or all-wheel drive is required there on that little stretch of U.S. Highway 2. Then we'll take it down to Interstate 90 at Snoqualmie Pass. And I believe it's snowy and slushy there. Traction tires advised, unlike U.S. Highway 12 in Yakima County at White Pass, where traction tires are required. It's starting to look a little bit more snow-packed here. So just a little bit of food for thought if you're traveling up in the Cascades for today. I would highly recommend against that, especially given some of the wind gusts that we could see upwards of 55 to 70 miles per hour. Let's take it down to lower elevations. Here's your day planner. Definitely a drier day as opposed to yesterday, and even a decent amount of sunshine as we head into the afternoon. But the main facet from today's forecast, certainly going to be the winds. They could gust between 50 to 70 miles per hour up in the mountains and between 30 to 45 miles per hour in lower elevations. Highs today up into the 40s and 50s. Overnight lows down into the 20s and 30s. Winds will be calmer, but not necessarily calm. And I'll show you once again just how strong some of these wind gusts could be and how much snow we're expecting up in the Cascades. So all of that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks so much. 12 minutes after 6 in your national headlines this morning, a federal judge has declined to temporarily restore the Associated Press's access to some of President Donald Trump's events, the Oval Office and Air Force One. The AP was seeking a temporary lift of this ban that the Trump administration put on the news organization earlier this month. The ban was to punish the AP over its decision to continue using the term Gulf of Mexico. The president renamed the body of water Gulf of America in an executive order soon after taking office. Well, just Monday, a U.S. district judge gave a number of reasons for why he decided to deny the request. One of those, the judge says he wasn't persuaded that the AP was facing irreparable harm as a result of the ban. Now, the judge's decision to deny the request for a temporary restraining order is not the end of the matter. A hearing is scheduled for March 20th on the AP's request for a preliminary injunction. Still much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. When we come back, we'll check back in with our chief meteorologist, Josh Colbreth, and he'll break down your full First Alert forecast. We give you that live look outside this morning from Dust Devil Stadium. It is 6:13, and we are back after the break.
The best deals of the year are going on now at Overturf Kia. Check out the sporty, fuel-efficient, and fun-to-drive Kia K4 with a show-stopping silhouette. A new 2025 Kia K4 LXS starts at just $23,459. Plus, get 3.99% interest for 60 months. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge on Columbia Drive in Kennewick.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
In an instant, your world can shatter. At Quantum Legal, we understand injuries can be an immense burden, taking a toll on your body and leaving you drowning in medical expenses. Battling insurance companies without legal representation will make matters worse. We are committed to advocating for your deserved compensation. Quantum Legal, where compassion meets justice.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through March 31st, receive rebates up to $1,300 off, plus a free thermostat on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
It's the final game of the road trip, and the Kraken are looking to finish on a high note.
He scores! That's hockey, baby!
Kraken, Blues, pregame at 4:30 tonight on Apple Valley News Now.
We're only 6 days away from Lives After the Oscars show.
Thanks for letting us share the spotlight with you.
Next live, Chelsea Handler and Brenda Song.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
This newscast sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel. Fun is how we roll.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Yes, today is a first alert weather day because of the snow we'll see up in the Cascades and also because of the very strong wind gusts. Already seeing snow in the Cascades for this morning. And let's go ahead and show you how the rest of today is going to shake out. So snow will be likely in the Cascades. We'll have small shower chances in the Kittitas Valley, the Yakima Valley, the Lower Columbia Basin, and the Blue Foothills. Small snow chances in the Blues. And that description will likely persist throughout most of the day. Then for tonight, around 6 p.m., that's around the time we'll see snow ending in the Blues, snow starting to wrap up in the Cascades, almost completely dry in lower elevations. And then around and after 10 p.m., that's likely when we'll see the end of the snow in the Cascades, and that'll, in all likelihood, be the end of this ordeal. Before we get to snowfall totals, I wanted to touch on wind gusts. They'll be out of the south and west for today, gusting upwards of 60 to 70 miles per hour in the Cascades, upwards of 35 to 50 miles per hour in the Blues, but even upwards of 40, 45 miles per hour in places like Yakima and the Tri-Cities. And that would be the peak time frame for this would be now through 4 p.m. this afternoon. And you factor in the winds, specifically the winds we'll see in the mountains with some of the snow we'll see in the Cascades, could have borderline blizzard-like conditions for U.S. Highway 12, for Interstate 90, and for U.S. Highway 2. U.S. 97 isn't going to be a cakewalk either. So if you plan on traveling up that way, have the tire chains and the winter safety kit ready to go. The Blue Mountains, not going to get that much snow at all. Okay, our weather is going to be much calmer for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. There's another storm system we're tracking into this weekend, but that one not looking nearly as wet or wintry as this one. But it is looking windy, especially in the Cascades and the Kittitas Valley. So we'll see how those numbers come in throughout the rest of this week. High temperatures will stay about 5 to 10 degrees above average over the next 7 days, so it'll continue to be a pretty mild and comfortable stretch in the Tri-Cities. Here's the 7-day forecast in the Tri-Cities. Windy and mostly dry for today. Dry and mild Wednesday through Friday, then small shower chances this weekend. In Yakima, windy today with a chance of rain, then dry and mild after today. In Ellensburg, breezy today with a chance of showers, dry Wednesday through Friday, then small shower chances this weekend with winds picking up again by Sunday. In Hermiston, windy and mostly dry Tuesday, dry and mild to end the work week, then a small chance of rain Saturday and Sunday. Then in Walla Walla, overcast and windy today, more sunshine for Wednesday through Friday, and then small rain chances come back into the picture this weekend. Now you're taking a live look at Pasco, this view coming courtesy of the Dust Devils. Thanks for waking up with Good Morning Northwest, where we're always on your side.
Call Vance when you need a friendly, reliable electrician. We'll keep your home safe with electrical services and equipment upgrades. Save $50 on any electrical service, plus free electrical safety inspection. Don't leave it to chance. Call Vance.
It's Truck Month with the Ford Crew.
It's time for the best deals across the full lineup. F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 48 years. We've got Maverick and the North American 2025 Truck of the Year, Ford Ranger, fully prepared.
Did you sleep here last night?
If you stay ready, you don't need to get ready. And this crew is Truck Month ready.
Lease a 24 F-150 STX 4x4 for $399 a month for $36, or buy with 1.9% for $36, only at your local Ford dealer.
Discover Walla Walla Wine, where exceptional terroir meets unforgettable experiences. Delight in renowned varietals amidst breathtaking vineyards. Join us in crafting memorable moments. Connect with us at wallawallawine.com.
Hi, I'm Stacy Lee, and I'm inviting you on a holidays vacation tour. Join me as we experience New England's fall foliage, October 2nd to the 10th. Our journey begins with a tour of historic Boston. We then travel to New Hampshire's White Mountains to admire the spectacular colors, before ending our vacation in New York City with an included Broadway musical. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword Apple Valley, to request a brochure, watch a travel show, and book this tour.
Madam President, the sale at Denver Mattress, it's been extended. Walk with me. We need to get the word out. Reports are still showing the more you buy, the more you save. In English, that's $100 off every 1,000 you spend. And Doctor's Choice? Save up to $300. Or get a Colorado twin made in the USA for only $149.99. I still need more.
Financing. We've got 60 months no interest and free shipping.
Now we're talking. This is an all hands on deck scenario, people. But hurry, the extended President's Day Super Sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
It's the 3-degree guarantee from Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather and Legends Casino Hotel. When Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth gets the high within 3 degrees, $25 is put in the jackpot. If he misses, someone wins. From Legends Casino Hotel and Apple Valley News Now.
Vance Heating and Air Conditioning. We promise friendly customer service, highly trained technicians. Save $50 on any heating repair. We service all makes and models. Don't leave it to chance. Call Vance.
Smoke City for Less. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest and your entertainment news. So Drake dropped an album about a week ago and it debuted at #1 on the Billboard Hot 200 charts. I'm excited about this.
You didn't even know this, did you? That's all we've been listening to.
I'm sending you my favorites right after this. I know.
Yeah. I walk in, we get ready, together in the morning. I walk in, and that's all we've been listening to. So,
Are you a fan of it?
I'm very well versed with the new Drake album.
Well versed. Okay.
And you're a fan.
And I'm a fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
Some sexy songs for you is Drake's 14th time topping the charts. The 21-track project is a collaboration with singer Party Next Door.
The music leans into R&B. The single "Give Me a Hug," that is so Drake. "Give Me a Hug." It's already stirring a reaction on social media. It mentions Drake's beef with Kendrick Lamar, who has been riding the success of his hit "Not Like Us," which is also about their feud.
Ooh, just kidding.
Give me a hug.
They're both very talented. Give me a hug. Give me a hug.
See, it's got some good. It's got some good hits.
Yeah, I'm just showing you my favorites. You're gonna love it. It's so good.
You're gonna love it, Josh. All right. Hey, it is Oscar season, award season rather, and we're talking about the Oscars, and we're learning some well-known performers will hit the stage Sunday during the 97th Academy Awards.
That's right, and Jade and I are very excited about this. So the stars of Wicked, Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande are set to sing along with Doja Cat, Lisa of Blackpink, Queen Latifah, and Ray. And also this year, the Oscars will not feature performances by the nominees for Best Song, as the show's producers decided to scrap that idea.
Instead, the musical performances will celebrate the filmmaking community and some of its legends.
I like that.
Yes, and it's not just about the performances when it comes to the Oscars, it's also about the fashion.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
That red carpet, yeah.
We should have a take on that after the next day.
Oh, 100%.
Going over our favorite looks.
Okay, and check this out. It is a genuine Oscar coffee mug.
I'll let you finish that one.
Go ahead. She's trying to steal my stuff.
It has the Oscar award on it, the Academy Award.
I know, I love this.
Yeah.
And we have it here because we want to invite you, of course, to celebrate with us for the Oscars right here on ABC and Apple Valley News Now. So here's a quick look at the schedule.
That's right. So after a special early edition of the news, red carpet coverage begins at 3:30 with the Oscars starting at 4. And then at 7:30, it's a special American Idol, followed at 8 by an encore presentation of the Oscars.
It's Oscars Sunday on ABC and Apple Valley News Now, so plan to spend it with us and celebrate the movies.
And catch our recap the next day.
Yes,
because we'll be going over all the winners.
Our fashion review, apparently.
And the fashion review, yes. You have a very classic Oscar red carpet look today.
It's very John Mulaney doing stand-up.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Sharp. All right. So much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Federal worker layoffs have impacted the entire country, but also looking statewide, it's left hundreds here without a job and record amounts now applying for unemployment.
But now a Senate bill that's being looked at could help these workers get the help that they need. And with the details coming up in our next half hour.
Hey Raptors, we want to rent these 2 chairs for the winter. We're kind of out on being cold this year.
Glad you dig it here, but this really isn't a vacation rental sort of place.
We hear ya, but what if we put on Raptor suits and then suddenly there are 4 of us? Yeah, we'll be your nieces, Layla and Kinley. I'm Kinley, the Raptor, and I love burgers.
I love it! Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including bowling, a ropes course, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
Not so sure we're gonna pull this off.
Workers and the families of deceased workers who worked at the Hanford site are now eligible for compensation for diseases and illnesses. This may be in addition to compensation already being received. Smart Law will be hosting a Hanford Workers' Compensation educational dinner at their Kennewick office on Thursday, March 20th at 6 p.m. To register, call 509-735-5555. Dinner provided. Smart Law, smart choice.
For over 49 years, Shelby's Floral has been your homegrown neighbor, bringing joy and beauty to every occasion. We're more than just a flower shop and specialize in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. Our experienced designers are here to help you with all your floral needs, ensuring that every bouquet is as special as the moment it celebrates. Visit us today at our brand new location on Clearwater in Kennewick. We're part of your community and can't wait to help you celebrate life's moments. Shelby's Floral.
Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
Celebrate Bi-Mart's 70th anniversary during our open house with our latest savings book. MD 8 Mega Rolls bath tissue is just $4.99. Prilosec 42-count tablets are $3 off. 7-Up brand 12-packs are buy 2, get 2. Save big on mobile Delvac 15W40 diesel oil. Plus, there's great savings on lawn and garden essentials. You'll see our savings book in your mailbox. During our open house, members and non-members can stop in and save. Bi-Mart, saving the Northwest more since 1955.
This newscast sponsored by Yakima Federal Savings and Loan. This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us and waking up with us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, Josh, so day 2 of you getting this 3-degree guarantee correct.
Yes.
So do you want an Oscar for that or an Academy Award?
I don't feel like I deserve it.
Not yet.
okay.
Two is.
What do you have to get to for us to be able to award you?
I want to get to 20. That's my goal. I got
and
to
you can
19.
thank, the Academy and Beyonce and everything.
I have a whole speech that's prepared. Yes.
I can't wait.
But we'll just have to table that for now. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at our 3-degree guarantee, sponsored by our friends at the Legends Casino and Hotel. I went with a forecast high 56 yesterday in Pasco, and it verified at 54. So the jackpot did go up to $50. For today, I'm going with a forecast high 57 in Pasco. So if it verifies between 54 to 60, the jackpot's going to go up to 75. If that doesn't happen, the jackpot could be yours. Find out how to win the jackpot by going to applevalleyNewsNow.com, clicking on the contest page, or you could scan the QR code that is on your screen. All right, now what's on your screen? Temperatures, as we're in the 40s in the Kittitas and Yakima Valleys, near 50 in the lower Columbia Basin and in the Blue Foothills. We're warmer this morning because of the winds, but still cold up in the higher terrain of the Cascades and Blues, down into the low to mid 30s. These winds really starting to ramp up, gusting upwards of 50 miles per hour at White Pass. And by the way, the ski resort at White Pass closed for the day because of the winds. Could be blizzard-like conditions up that way on US Highway 12. Really all up and down the Cascades, it could be blizzard-like conditions for today, given the combination of the winds and the snow. So today is a first alert weather day until 4 p.m. in the Cascades because of those peak wind gusts, peaking between 55 to 70 miles per hour. And also, we're tracking, like I mentioned, we're tracking snow in the Cascades. And so we have a first alert weather day until 4 p.m. for the Cascades because of the snow as well. 7 to 11 new inches for I-90, US 2, and US Highway 12. And I'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of today's very active forecast. And that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks so much. Well, federal layoffs under the Trump administration have left hundreds here in Washington state without a job. But Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell tells us a new bill's been introduced to help those workers get back to work.
5 state senators have teamed up on a bill that would more easily allow federal workers who are unemployed to transition into positions within Washington state. More than 76,000 federal employees work in Washington state, including about 1,900 in Walla Walla County, 1,300 in Yakima County, 680 in Benton County, and 550 in Franklin County.
We're seeing a definite rise in the number of unemployment claims that are being filed by federal workers. Right now, it's approximately about 35% more than this time last year, and we're just seeing a daily increase.
Adding up to more than 650 federal workers filing for unemployment benefits in Washington state so far this year.
Throughout the state, we're actually seeing a rise in layoffs. Some major employers are laying off workers, so there's going to be a greater competition for fewer jobs right now.
Between the layoffs and other federal actions, state leaders estimate Bonneville Power Administration is losing 450 to 600 workers. Senator Patty Murray asking Elon Musk on social media to explain why those workers got cut when those cuts won't impact the federal budget.
Those positions at Bonneville Power are actually funded by ratepayers, by all of us who live in the Pacific Northwest. They are not from federal funding. And these are people who literally help us to keep the lights on.
Washington already gives veterans preference in hiring. Senate Bill 5767 would similarly give unemployed federal workers priority consideration for state agencies and advantages in the promotion process. The bill is still in the early stages, but unemployed federal workers can get help figuring out what's next by going to WorkSource Washington. Reporting from the Yakima Newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Emily. Now, in continuing coverage on the case of Bryan Kohberger, the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students, new information has come out from an unsealed transcript of a hearing on whether to suppress genetic genealogy evidence. The defense claimed investigators acted inappropriately when using investigative genetic genealogy to try to isolate a suspect. And here are some of those newly revealed details. Only one person's DNA was detected on a knife sheath found at the home where the murders happened. A detective learned Kohberger's name only after the genetic genealogy, more than a month after the killings. A genetic genealogist expert testified the FBI admitted they had used a database off limits to law enforcement, and prosecutors did not directly respond to that claim during the hearing, and ultimately the judge did not suppress the evidence. Kohberger's trial is expected to begin in August, and prosecutors have said they will seek the death penalty if he's convicted. And now it's been 5 years since a 67-year-old Granger woman was shot and killed in her sleep, and the Yakima County Sheriff's Office is looking for any information that could lead to a break in the case. On February 13th of 2020, Carmen Sanchez was asleep in her home on E Street when she was killed in a drive-by shooting. But after 5 years, they have no suspects and no leads.
So we really don't know what happened. We don't know if that particular house was mistaken and shot at, or if it was just a random round that just shot and killed somebody, like 1 in a million shot.
Now, if you know anything about this case, call the police.
Well, winter, of course, can complicate flight preparation as snow has to be cleared from the runways have to be gridded, and planes have to be de-iced. Of course, when those conditions are very severe, even refueling equipment can freeze. So with the recent snow, the biggest challenge for small planes is getting the engine started. Ian Gobin, the aircraft maintenance manager with Bergstrom Aircraft, explains the main issue in the cold.
In the carburetor, when the air and the fuel mix, you have a super drop in temperature, and if there's enough moisture, it can cause ice to form in the carburetor.
Now, he says aircraft have systems to prevent this from happening. For larger planes, airport crews use de-icer to keep them safe. At the airport, the runways are kept clear using specialized plow trucks equipped with brushes to remove ice and snow. The Tri-Cities Airport runway, made of reinforced concrete, also has an added safety feature. They have grooved pavement. 6:35, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up next, the Chiawana girls basketball team securing a spot in this year's state tournament. Coming up, we get to hear from 2 of their senior captains.
But first, Josh, we'll be back with your first alert weather forecast. Keep it right here to learn more about what you can expect as you head out the door today.
This newscast sponsored by Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
Tuesdays are my favorite day of the week because the single Papa Burger combos are just $5.99. And I wait all week for this.
And so do I.
And that's why I always get 2.
The Tuesday special at A&W.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
Atomic Health pays me to do the in-home, I guess, nursing or the things I do to help out, so we don't need a nurse. Meds, cooking, cleaning, getting him to doctor's appointments, picking up prescriptions, whatever else needs to be done. So at least once a month or whenever I need her, Sarah, or whatever nurse is available, comes to our house. If I have a worry that I'm not sure if he needs to go to the doctor, she comes and advises me and does an assessment and tells me if there's anything I need to do different, or I don't know that I could do this without him.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not.
Starting a business is hard. You have to stay connected at all times.
As we've been growing the studio, Spectrum's been there every step of the way. I'm always able to make the phone call that I need. I'm able to shoot that text message or that email. Every vital piece of equipment that we have here uses Spectrum.
Fast, reliable internet, starting at $40 a month, backed by the Spectrum commitment to keep your business connected.
To me, Harlem is home. But home is also your body. Last one, everyone. I asked myself, why doesn't Pilates exist in Harlem? So I started my own studio. Getting a brick and mortar in New York is not easy. Chase Inc. has supported us from Studio 1 to Studio 3. When you start small, you need some big help, and Chase Inc. was that for me.
Earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials with the Chase Inc. Business Cash Card from Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
It's hump day, and you know what that means. Hello Country Fried Steak. Get a delicious meal for just $5.99 to make your Wednesday feel like the weekend. Yes, Wednesdays only, Country Fried Steak is just $5.99. Happy hump day from KFC.
You can do anything.
We're getting a glimpse of the future.
The Oscars.
Hosted by me, Conan O'Brien.
Sunday live on ABC and Hulu.
only 6 shades away from Lives After the Oscars show.
Thanks for letting us share the spotlight with you.
Next live, Chelsea Handler and Brenda Song.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is a first alert weather day because of the snow we'll see in the Cascades and because of the wind gust in the Cascades. They could gust upwards of 70 miles per hour, and they'll turn out of the north and west, could gust upwards of 30 to 35 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley. In the Yakima Valley, they'll gust out of the south and west upwards of 40 miles per hour. These highs getting into the low to mid 50s and a decent amount of sunshine as we head into this afternoon. Then in the lower Columbia Basin, also windy for today, winds gusting out of the south and west upwards of 45 miles per hour. These highs also getting into the mid 50s, also maybe a decent amount of sunshine into the afternoon. In the Blue Foothills, highs getting into the low to mid 50s will be in the 40s in the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains, and these winds gusting out of the south and west upwards of 35, 45 miles per hour in the foothills, upwards of 35 to 50 miles per hour in the Blue Mountains. So I think you get the gist. It's going to be pretty windy for today. Okay, now on to with snowfall on the way. In fact, it's already snowing this morning in the Cascades, but I did want to touch on what our snowpack is looking like in comparison to what it should look like for this time of the year. We're still unfortunately running a deficit in the upper Yakima Basin, subtle surpluses in the Natchez and Walla Walla basins, and a much more favorable surplus in the Umatilla Basin. And I'll show you how much snow is in the forecast for the Cascades, and I'll touch on those wind gusts again, and that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks so much, Josh. 641. Check this out. The Chiawana girls basketball team is your District 6 champs, and the team now securing a spot in this year's state tournament. The team has won 23 games this season, has only lost their first game. The team is also set as the 3-seed team in the state tournament. Apple Valley News Now got the chance to check out their practice and talk with 2 senior captains, and they say they've been playing with most of these girls on the team for over a decade.
To leave it all out on the court, I mean, it is our last season playing here and with all this group of girls, so I think we're really excited to just see what we can do.
Yeah, I know she said it perfectly. I think leave it out on the court is just about all I have to say about it.
The team's first state game is this Friday at 8 p.m. at Richland High School against Auburn. Good luck to them. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up next, we have your morning sprint and everything you need to know as you head out the door this morning, and give you that live look outside from the Dust Devils Stadium over in Pasco. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will be back with your full first alert forecast on this windy Tuesday.
This is the Ergo Smart Base from Tempur-Pedic, and it responds to snoring, so you don't have to. So no more nudging your partner or sleeping on the other side of the house, because the Tempur Ergo Smart Base actually detects snoring, then automatically adjusts to help reduce it all night, every night.
And for a limited time, save up to $500 on select adjustable mattress sets and get a $300 gift. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
Vance Heating and Air Conditioning. We promise friendly customer service, highly trained technicians. Save $50 on any heating repair. We service all makes and models. Don't leave it to chance. Call Vance.
Celebrate Bi-Mart's 70th anniversary during our open house with our latest savings book. Watch for it in your mailbox. During our open house, members and non-members can stop in and save. Bi-Mart, saving the Northwest more since 1955.
I didn't think someone like me was at risk of shingles.
The rash couldn't possibly be that painful.
And it wouldn't disrupt my life for weeks.
I was wrong. I didn't know that 99% of people over 50 already have the virus that causes shingles, and it could reactivate at any time.
I learned that the hard way.
But you don't have to. Talk to your healthcare provider today.
At Spectrum, we believe every day unlocks unlimited possibilities to bring you closer to the people and places you love. Spectrum transforms your gaming experience into a galaxy of adventures. And with the fastest, most reliable internet, you're always front row to the entertainment you love, no matter where you are. Get Spectrum Internet Premier for $30 per month when bundled plus a 3-year price guarantee. Call 1-833-440-0029. Spectrum Internet puts streaming live TV, sports, and popular apps all at your fingertips.
President's Day. No lights or carols, no fireworks, boat races, or barbecues. Not very exciting. Until now, because this President's Day is your chance to drive home in the Mazda you've been waiting for. So stop by McCurley Mazda in the Pasco Autoplex and make it more than just another Monday. Get a vehicle you'll love at the McCurley Mazda President's Day sales event.
Throw away your distance and reading glasses. Join Drs. Kopstein and King for a free live webinar this Thursday at noon and find out if RLE is right for you. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
Whether you're injured on the road or on the job, the big dogs at Brumback and Autumn will get you the full compensation. Leave nothing on the table. Brumback and Autumn. Bulldog tough.
This newscast sponsored by Yakima Federal Savings and Loan.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Yes, today is a first alert weather day because of the snow we'll see in the Cascades and also because of the very strong wind gusts. Already tracking snow and strong winds for this morning. Let's go ahead and time out the rest of the day. So snow is going to be likely in the Cascades, small shower chances in the Kittitas Valley, the Yakima Valley, the lower Columbia Basin, and the Blue Foothills, small snow chances in the Blues. And that description is really going to hold true throughout most of today. Then as we get into tonight, specifically around 6 p.m., that's when snow is going to be ending in the Blues. Snow will start to wrap up in the Cascades, almost completely dry in lower elevations. And then by 10 p.m., that's probably going to be the end of the snow in the Cascades. And then after that, we will be done with this ordeal. Before we touch on snowfall totals, I wanted to talk about wind gusts again. The peak time frame is going to be now through 4 p.m. a little bit later today, and they could gust upwards of 70 miles per hour in the Cascades, upwards of 35 to 50 miles per hour in the Blues, and upwards of 40 miles per hour in Yakima, 45 miles per hour in the Tri-Cities. But you factor in some of those mountain wind gusts with some of the snowfall totals we could see in the Cascades, and we could have borderline blizzard-like conditions for U.S. Highway 12, for Interstate 90, for U.S. 97, and for U.S. Highway 2, as we could get 5 to 11 inches of snow up that way, and that would be through late tonight. Not much snow at all in the Blue Mountains. Okay, then our weather turns much calmer for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Tracking another storm system into this week, and it's not looking too impressive, at least when it comes to the rainfall and snowfall totals we could see. But the winds could pack a punch, especially in the Cascades and Kittitas Valley. That's definitely something we're going to be tracking as fresher model data comes into the Weather Center. High temperature is going to stay about 5 to 10 degrees above average over the next 7 days. We'll continue to keep it very mild in the Tri-Cities. Much more comfortable compared to what we had a couple weeks back. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Windy and mostly dry today, dry and mild Wednesday through Friday, then small shower chances this weekend. In Yakima, windy today with a chance of rain, then dry and mild after today. In Ellensburg, breezy today with a chance of showers, dry Wednesday through Friday, then small shower chances this weekend with winds picking up again by Sunday. In Hermiston, windy and mostly dry Tuesday, dry and mild to end the work week, and then a small chance of rain Saturday and Sunday. Then in Walla Walla, overcast and windy today, more sunshine for Wednesday through Friday, and then small rain chances come back into the picture this weekend. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, an ABC News exclusive.
Do you still love her?
The estranged husband of Ruby Franke, the YouTube influencer sent to prison for child abuse, is breaking his silence on his wife's crimes and the dangers of social media.
What do you want people to know?
There is real danger when you place yourself or your family, your children out onto public social media. To be just careful with who they choose to put their faith in, to put their trust in. Because if you put your trust in the wrong person, it can have massive consequences in your life.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more of our interview with Ruby Franke's estranged husband and hear from their oldest son, Chad. With your GMA First Look, I'm Eva Pilgrim, ABC News, New York.
Ugh, when is my allergy spray gonna kick in?
You need Astapro.
Astapro?
It's faster, bro. 8 times faster than Flonase.
It's faster, bro.
It's faster, bro!
It's faster, bro.
It's mom to you.
Astapro starts working in 30 minutes. Astapro and go.
Travel can make you smell kind of funky, but aluminum-free Secret Whole Body Deodorant gives me 72-hour whole body freshness. For long layovers, surprise gate changes, and heavy luggage. And it's totally middle seat approved. Secret, no sweat.
What are folks 60 and older learning these days?
New perspectives. How to fix things.
Fun recipe.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is now 6:50. It's time for your morning sprint. We're going to start off with your national headlines. We're now past the deadline for federal workers to send an email detailing what they accomplished last week. But Elon Musk says workers have another chance to submit answers. However, he posted to X, quote, "Failure to respond a second time will result in termination." And the post comes just hours after the Office of Personnel Management said responding was voluntary, and that's the office that originally sent the email. Several federal agencies have also said they don't want their employees to answer.
And Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth is in Guantanamo Bay today for a briefing on mission operations. The update will include the ongoing operation to transfer migrants to Cuba. Last week, more than 170 migrants at Guantanamo Bay were flown to Venezuela. The Trump administration has now put a pause on placing migrants in tent structures built there at Guantanamo Bay.
In your business news, some national parks are cutting back on services after probationary employee layoffs. Several parks have canceled tours and others are cutting back on hours. The cuts are part of the Trump administration's efforts to curb federal spending.
Well, the U.S. egg shortage has led businesses to look beyond our borders. Turkey is the only country that the U.S. imports eggs from, and 420 million eggs from Turkey are set to be imported this year, which is the most ever. Experts are saying, though, it won't make a dent in the egg shortage. Now, the price of a dozen large grade A eggs recently hit an average of just under $5. Prices are expected to rise another 20% this year. And in response to this, Denny's has now just become the latest restaurant to join the list of nationwide chains charging an egg surcharge. Well, the new standards for labeling a food healthy have been pushed back. Last year, the FDA updated the nutritional requirements for a product to be described as healthy on its packaging. The update was scheduled to go into effect today, but last month, President Trump issued a pause on the new rules. As a result, the FDA says the new rule will start on April 28th. New requirements include a limit on added sugars and sodium, and food companies will have until 2028 to update their products if they want to use the healthy label.
And in your sports news, Apple Valley News Now is your home to the Seattle Kraken, and the road trip continues for the boys as they're in St. Louis to face off the Blues. Because of the game, we have a special early 4 p.m. newscast, which will be followed by the Kraken Blues pregame at 4:30. It's all tonight right here on Apple Valley News Now.
6:52 and a look at your top 5 local stories you need to know this morning. Cameras are now going to be used to catch drivers speeding through construction zones. WashDOT is partnering up with WSP to launch their new Work Zone Speed Camera program. This year, these cameras will be set up at active construction sites, and drivers will be notified of the camera and their speed before they pass. If they catch you speeding, the camera will send a photo to WSP. WSP will review that photo and then mail out the ticket. First offense will get you a warning, but after that, you could see a fine of $250.
And it's been 5 years since 67-year-old Carmen Sanchez was shot and killed in a drive-by shooting while she was asleep in her home. And the Yakima County Sheriff's Office still have no suspects and no leads. They're looking for any information that could lead to a break in the case. If you know anything about this, call police.
Well, Joann Fabric is closing all of its stores across the country, despite earlier reports saying it would close only about half. The chain filed for bankruptcy twice during the last year. Going out of business sales will be held at all Joann stores. The chain will no longer accept returns, and gift cards are only going to be valid through Friday.
The Richland Parks and Rec Commission is announcing they're distributing up to $40,000 this year from the Park Reserve Fund. And these funds are available for eligible applicants that are interested in making improvements to the city, the parks, trails, open space, or recreational facilities. Basically, any way to improve the park for the entire community. And you can head to our website to learn more about this.
Yakima Valley College is hosting a diversity series starting today on the Yakima campus. The event is free and open to the public and will showcase a variety of cultures. The presentations will focus on Native American, Filipino, and the Latinx communities. Also, applications for the 2025 Academic Scholarship are now open for future YVC students. It's a total of 19 scholarships in the amount of $2,500. Friday, the 28th of February is the deadline for those to apply.
Trending now, some mysterious messages from the ancient past may finally be uncovered.
Okay, take a look. Scientists in Norway have been taking a close look at the oldest dated rune stone, which was discovered 2 years ago. They say the stone is one of the chunks from a bigger slab, which is roughly 2,000 years old.
The researchers are now focused on reassembling the pieces and translating the writing that's on the rocks. According to experts, runes were used to kickstart Germanic writing, and they were used until the Middle Ages in Scandinavia.
And those are the lines up there that was in the video?
Yeah.
You know, I think
you could barely even, I mean, if you didn't know what you were looking for, you would have no clue.
They've got to have somebody, or have someone that like
just knows
or can at least decode it. But I think I know what it says, guys. It says that we need a raise, all of us. And that the boss need to give it to us.
And warmer temperatures.
That is what it said.
Yeah, a raise.
And donuts.
And warmer
Socks.
temperatures.
Yeah.
Maybe a tropical vacation.
And hopefully some less strong wind gusts.
There you go.
That is certainly in the forecast for this morning. Let's go ahead and take a look. First, I want to take a look at temperatures because it's not feeling all that bad right now in the Kittitas or Yakima valleys or the basin or the foothills. Temperatures near 50, but up in the mountains, of course, it is a little bit colder. Now onto the wind gusts. You can see all those streamlines going from southwest to northeast. Winds gusting upwards of 50 miles per hour right now at White Pass, between 20 to 30 miles per hour for the basin, and a little bit calmer than that in the valleys and foothills, but not by much. And these wind gusts could certainly be a lot stronger a little bit later this morning, as we do have a first alert weather day until 4 p.m. For the Cascades, those peak wind gusts could be, I don't know, anywhere between 55 to 70 miles per hour. And then you factor that in with some of the snowfall that we're seeing in the Cascades. It looks pretty light for now. Could be much heavier a little bit later today. And so also a first alert weather day in the Cascades until 4 p.m. as some of those new snowfall totals in the Cascades could be between 7 to 11 inches, specifically for I-90, US 2, US 12, US 97, not going to be a walk in the park either. So you factor in the snow and the winds, could be some borderline blizzard-like conditions out there. So
and I can kind of hear that wind.
Oh,
out
yeah,
there.
you can hear it howling.
It's loud.
It's ponytail day.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Definitely.
Well, thank you guys for watching Good Morning Northwest. You can always find updates on our website. That's applevalleyNewsNow.com.
Good Morning America is up next, and we'll be back with your local news and weather tonight at 4 because of that Kraken game right here on ABC.
Have a great day and stay safe.